biggest issue I had, well, not the biggest issue, but I was in an unhealthy relationship, and you had helped me. I had a credible epiphany after a session we'd had, listening to this song that I sent on to you, that I broke down in the kitchen, and I realized that, you know, I needed to end this relationship, and it was going to be horrible, but it was actually the right thing to do. And, you know, with the greatest respect to my ex-partner, it's not her fault. Don't get me wrong. There were things she did and behaviors that I'm not happy with, but I was the exact same. But the truth was, we were on different energies. Like we vibrated on different frequencies, and this realization, it broke my heart, because I knew I had to let go to the only love I'd ever experienced organically. You know, and I had to also take, by, you know, breaking up with her, the impact it was going to have on my daughter, and they had a wonderful relationship, and I just felt so horrible with that, but also knowing that it had to be done. But the next day we had a session, and it's a lucid dreaming one, and you'd mentioned to me about the squirrels. You said, like, you know, some clients kind of you know, have dreams about squirrels, and I was driving up the back of the hill where I live, and I've lived here, you know, for 20 years when I was a kid, and then moved back 10 years ago. It's kind of a leafy sort of suburb by the sea. I'd never in my fucking life seen a squirrel, not once. I was driving at the back of this hill, going slowly, and this squirrel pops out from this neighborhood, this cul-de-sac, and I'm just like, what the fuck? And like, I'm like driving and grinding to a halt, and he stops in front of the car and stands up on his two back legs. And I got out of the car and like just walked over to him and was like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, what's going on here? It was so surreal. And this car drove past and looked at me, and the squirrel ran off. But I've never felt such, so, I guess, empowered and connected with the universe based on the energy that you had unlocked, or the ability to sense and understand my own energy that you had unlocked. Like, it was, one of the most incredible things that's ever happened to me. Like, and I've never seen a squirrel since, you know. But it was just so, it was just a real kind of realization that, yes, okay, this is the thing I need to do, and this is just a sign that I've put in motion something that has changed my energy dynamic, and therefore changed how I'm feeling energy and the forces around me. And this was just the universe kind of going, yeah, you have, and this is a little visual sign for you, just to realize that you're actually on the right path, you know. It was huge. But through the strength of the work we did, and I ended that relationship, and it was horrible, it was tough, but it was the right thing to do. And I just she's happier, there's no doubt in my mind. She knew it in the end when we eventually went our separate ways. But I'm so much happier, and the house is happier, and the house is less stressful, and I'm a better father, and myself and my daughter are, you know, really creating a strong sense of teamwork with the two of us. And I'm more productive, and I make balanced decisions. And I realized through the work that we did that I'm really excited about trying to discover my own power and potential. And what I also realized as well is I'm not so afraid of being alone that I'd stay in an unhealthy relationship.